Hey there, Internet. I'm Niall. Unfortunately, Jake's busy today, but he's able to join us through the power of movie magic.
Hey there, folks. To my right is Niall.
And this is the Readiness Report. So we have here the new Age of Sigmar Starter set. As you can see, it's unopened, so I haven't actually seen inside it myself, other than the picture that's on the back that shows all the models and stuff. So let's pop it open and take a look at what's inside. Alright, so here's the starter set. I've already pulled the plastic off, so let's take a look inside. Alright, first thing on top are some measuring sticks. They always throw these into all of the GW starters, but this is a new style. I've not seen this before. There's like notches along the edges here, in addition to just the numbers. They're larger, but they're hollow on the inside. Whatever, I usually just end up hitting my opponent with them the whole game anyway. Bag of bases. Everything's on round bases now, unfortunately. Alright, so looks like a sprue of Stormcast Eternals on this side and Chaos on that side. And then some wings for those flying ones. I'm not even sure what they're called. I haven't actually looked at the Stormcast Eternals war scroll. Looks like the same exact sprue here, which means you're going to get duplicated poses, probably 2 of each pose. Alright, so this one looks like it has like the Chaos Champion on it, I would guess. Some sort of big cape, and this massive corn symbol here, and mounted on some sort of, and then the Stormcast Eternal guy mounted on what the internet has determined is apparently Battle Cat from He-Man. Some massive Chaos Beast here. Some more warriors. And the looks like some sort of standard for the Stormcast Eternals. Alright, one big base, which apparently didn't make it into the bag. An oval base, I assume this is for the Battle Cat model. Always the set of plain 12mm white dice that come with all the starter sets that GW's ever made. Ah, man, look at that. They bent my transfer sheets. Alright, and then the book set. Alright, let me go ahead and get this opened up. Alright, so apparently there was also another base under the books there. Having trouble picking it up. So let's see what we got here. So first up is the rules, which this looks to be pretty much exactly like the one that came in the White Dwarf number 75. But this one obviously doesn't have the holes in it for me pulling the staples out. Alright, so let's see. This book is instructions on how to put it together, I assume. Yeah. In that new way that GW does it, where they have their computer rendered models and it looks kind of weird, honestly, to me, but it's effective. And then this is the promised book of fluff and storyline. Mine apparently has a dented corner, and there's some imprints on the cover you can see. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's some imprints on the cover from the sprues on top of it. So lots of pretty pictures, as is typical of a Games Workshop book. Various Stormcast Eternal heraldry, which, from what I've been told from our director Nolan, is there's pretty much a storm host, or whatever they call them, that's to equal a Space Marine chapter. And these ones, the gold with the blue, is apparently the Ultramarines equivalent. various corn stuff here. I'm glad they went with corn in the starter and not like Nurgle. All those pustules. Alright, so here's an example of Stormcast Eternal Warhost. I wonder if this is the size they kind of intend you to play the game at. You know, with Island of Blood, it was probably, what, half the size armies is what they kind of intended you to play with?
Yeah, there's about 1,000 points of everything in that, I think.
Which is a little more than what came in Skull Pass.
It was a good start, though. I mean, it got you your minimum unit choices for everything.
Alright, so here's War Scrolls for the stuff that's in the box. So this is the closest thing to an actual army book that you're going to have in this set. Alright. And War Scroll Battalions. So these, those are like special formations that you get bonuses for taking that particular formation. Alright, so that's what comes in the starter box. It's a pile of miniatures, some dice, range rulers, some, hopefully for the rest of you, unbent transfers, and some bases. And it's pretty typical of a GW starter, I'd say. But now, I think I'm gonna put these models together here in a bit, I think. Well, that was the contents of the Age of Sigmar starter box. Pretty typical for a GW starter. Two, pretty decent sized armies. They've been, these starters have been getting better and better since, was it Battle for McCraggy? I think it was kind of when they started doing these 2-player starters again.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but that was only like one squad of Space Marines versus like a handful of Gene Stealers and Gaunts. Hormagaunts or Tarmagaunts, I don't remember, one of them. But they've been getting better and better, and then I think the peak, like the best one, was probably Island Blood. Unfortunately, I don't play Skaven or Heil, so the box didn't really do a whole lot for me. But I thought it was a really good starter. This one, honestly, I'm less impressed with, personally. I don't know if it's just, I don't care as much for this game as for Fantasy, but there was a lot more models in Island of Blood, and I don't know, like, I'm not blown away by these models like a lot of people have said. To me, there's a lot of things about them that are just very simplistic, a lot of broad, flat areas that make it easier for the sculptors. And I understand that that's, the starter set armies are always that way, but, it is what it is. And like I said, it's pretty typical of a GW starter. It's got enough for you to get going. Probably not enough for you to do any tournaments or anything like that, though. Well, if you want to check out our actual review of the game itself, check out our previous video, which you can find on our YouTube channel. You can subscribe below to be caught up to date when we come out with more videos. And check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Shop of Magic. And check us out on G+.
So long, folks.
Listen, check this name out. Celestial Vindicators. Though their bodies are scarred by the reforging, the hallowed knights are so pure of spirit that evil magics have little hold upon them.
Sounds like Grey Knights.
They are totally Grey Knights. Mighty battles in an age of unending war. Would you say then that it is the Age of Sigmar and there is only war?
Yes.
Because the fluff is now 40k.
Yeah, we know.